Okay. So this is going to be an attempt to record a solo episode for episode 34. Later on today, I'm recording episode 35 with Don of My Race Tats. This is the first time I'm going to do this. Let's go. What's up, guys? My name is Rob, and this is Rob on the Run podcast. It's season 3. We're, as of the recording of today, it's March 24th. And, it's a solo episode, a real quick episode. It's not going to be it's not going to be long. It's going to be pretty short. Just explaining and kind of talking to you guys about the podcast, its future, and why did it take so damn long for season 3 to start? I usually do take December off. I unfortunately took a little bit longer. Um, there's a lot of life updates that I need to talk about. There's a lot of stuff going on that happened that made it harder for me to start this podcast. To be honest, I was actually thinking of canceling the whole thing and just letting it go because it wasn't a good time for me. Most of you already know, the ones that follow me, I am no longer working for the tech company that I was working for. That happened in July. Sad thing about that they fired me like days from my 7th year anniversary. I'm not going to get into details why I got fired. I did get fired. I didn't get let go. I didn't quit. I got fired. Uh, but it is what it is. It's not the first time I've gotten fired from a job for sure. It's not going to be the last time I get fired from a job. Hopefully, that is something that does change, that I don't get fired anymore. But that's life update number one. I got fired. I went through some mental issues just because, I've dedicated almost 7 years of my life to this company. And in a blink of an eye, I was fired. But it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. I was not happy anymore working for this tech company. Maybe not so much the company itself, but the department I was working, I was not happy. So sometimes life does these things to you, knowing that that it's needed for sure, that change, right? So that's, like I said, life update number one. Life update number two, on a lighter note or on a positive note, I got married. I got married in October 18th of 2025, last year, to my best friend, my love, my running buddy, my partner, everything you can think of a partner that you can say. Alma, she married me. And we've been married since October. So that's the biggest and best life update so far. 1A would be that, and 1B would be getting a new job at something that I love to do. I have this podcast for a reason. I love running. It's become an obsession, as I always say it. And it's now I work for a company called Good Times Running Company, that is in Katy, Cinco Ranch area, and I am very, very happy to work with these people that I call friends now, and it's so awesome to work for a local company, not a corporation or nothing like that, because they treat you like family. And I'm about to hit 2 months working with them, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Everybody's been nice to me. They taught me the ins and outs. Haven't learned everything. I can't say I'm a subject expert on all running, especially on the shoe side, but I'm definitely feeling much more comfortable when it comes to selling a shoe. So that's kind of like the three major life updates, for me. Um, like I said, it took me a long time to decide to bring this podcast back. This will be episode 34. If I didn't say it at the beginning, I don't even remember. Um, I've never done solo episodes. I've always had a guest. Um, Not that I don't have guests lined up. I really do have a lot of cool guests. I won't say who because then that's a big spoiler. But I do have a lot of awesome guests this year on a shortened uh, third year of a podcast. Um, but yeah, it's crazy to think about 3 years already going on the third year because when I started Go Ask Your Mom podcast with Sab, a good friend of mine, unfortunately, we don't really get to talk a lot, mostly because of my fault. I'll take full blame for that as well. I never thought that I would be able to do a podcast, let alone lead a podcast. On Go Ask Your Mom, Sab was the leader of the podcast. He's the one that did the intros, and rightfully, he did a great job because he's a very well spoken and as an actor I guess it's easier for him to do this looking into the camera and talking to the void I guess in a way. It was hard for me to do that, but now to think about 3 years later or going on 3 years I guess, it's funny to think that this is normal now for me. I feel more comfortable. I'm looking at the camera, which was very hard for me to do. I'm the leader of this podcast, obviously, because there's nobody else. And I also have another podcast that I'm co-hosting with my friend Dane, and that's a Vegas podcast, completely different than what I'm doing here. But I'm also kind of co-leader for that. But it's crazy. It's crazy to think about that. I started this podcast not knowing what was going to happen. But 3 years later, I feel like I've made a small dent on somebody's life, I guess, maybe. Recently, I was an honorable mention for um, a Dallas runner, that even though I'm not from Dallas, I do have a lot of Dallas um, runners that I've had, and I was an honorable mention for that, which was really cool. Um, and I'm honored to be a honorable mention. I never thought that anybody would really care much about my podcasts the way um, some individuals have shown. So it's nice. It's nice to make a difference. In one way or another, to make a difference on someone's life. And sorry, I'm looking over here on the other side of my screen because I don't know why I love to multitask when I'm not supposed to. But it's cool, and I really do enjoy um, you know being, how should I put it, being noticed. I started this podcast not wanting to how can I say it? Not wanting to be famous. I don't want to be famous. I'm not doing it for clout. I'm not doing it for clickbait. I'm not doing it for making money off of this. Although it would be an amazing thing if this could be kind of my second job. Um, get some nice running sponsors to help me make this production a little bit better. Right now, it's production of one person. I do the editing. I do the editing of the video, editing of the thumbnails. I do everything. I contact people, and I love being that. But it would be nice to be able to have maybe a team of people where I can provide a job to someone else or a couple people, to help me and give them another source of income. But that'd be nice. But I'm not doing it for any of those reasons. I'm doing it because I love running. I love talking to people about their running journey. I love listening to how they started, how they're where they're at, and it's awesome. It's awesome to listen to these podcast episodes and learn a little bit about how everybody got their foot into the sport that we call running, right? And before I forget, I want to give a shout out to Oliver Davila. Oliver Davila is a good friend of mine, became a good friend of mine. Um, and he's the one that threw the shout out about the honorable mention. He's from Dallas. He's an amazing runner. Um, he runs really fast, and he's recently really gotten into the influencer content creator stuff, and he does such a good job on that. He had a post talking about his top three Dallas podcasts. He mentioned me as an honorable mention because I bring a lot of Dallas runners, which I do. So, Oliver, I thank you very much for, bringing me as an honorable mention. That's an honor. And we had a little conversation about it. And, he mentioned how he had been following me since the, Go Ask Your Mom podcast era. And, he's a real true OG, I guess, but I really do appreciate you including me in your list of top podcasts that you listen to, and it's an honor. It's a really honor because if I can, I always said if I can reach at least one person and make a positive impact in their lives some way or another, then I definitely did my job, and I feel that I'm doing that in a small scale, but definitely in a scale, right? So that's awesome. But yeah, again, this is just a real quick solo podcast, kind of letting you know what's going on, why it took so long. I mean, again, it's already late March, almost April, and I'm barely starting season three. Um, there is going to be today, actually, today, I will reveal my new logo for season three. It's going to be much more, how can I say it? More mature, I guess, because it's season three. My face is no longer on it. It changed a little. So, um, it's going to be right here, right on top. It's the new logo. It's revealed, and I hope you like it. It's again more mature. It looks a little different than season one and two. Also, for those that watch the video, there's going to be a change in the editing on how it looks, like the actual presentation of the podcast video wise. I also thought through on Spotify. Spotify, I will now also add the video portion. I was trying to be very purist when it comes to that because a podcast should be audio only, given that I was already doing it on YouTube. But I decided to also add it to Spotify as a video audio option for whoever wants to watch it uh, as well, or watch my ugly face with look at all these gray hairs. I got a lot of gray hairs. Jeez. Um, but there's also nice visuals of the other people, right? You don't have to actually see me all the time. It's, the guest, of course, is the most important thing. But after, thinking about it, thinking it through, I said, you know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and add the video portion for the people that don't really do YouTube but would like to have it on Spotify. It's also available on Apple Podcasts. I'm not sure if I'm going to continue doing it because I think Apple charges a yearly subscription to have it, and I don't think I want to do that. So I don't know. I'm going to think about it. I'm not sure. I'll be honest. If someone can leave a comment on that's more experience on the Apple Podcast, if it does require a membership or a monthly payment or a yearly payment, sorry, to keep it. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, please, leave a comment. But yeah, it's just updates that I wanted to leave. We're back. I'm back. I guess I say we're back. I don't know why. My daughter hates it when I say that because it's only one person in this podcast. There's not a team. So I'm back. Back and ready to hit the ground running, no pun intended. And there will be some changes on the podcast, on the format. I'm still trying to think, what am I going to do? The question that I was doing for at the end of the podcast that would lead for an answer on the next guest, I will stop doing that. I think 2 years, 2 seasons is good enough. So if you guys have any ideas on what I should do, leave a comment. Give me some ideas. I'm always happy to um, pick y'all's brain, and see what we can come up with as, something different to add. A lot of podcasts have like, fire questions or whatever, rapid questions or rapid fire or whatever they call it. I want to be different. I want to do something cool, fun. I always thought the questions were fun. They didn't have to be really technical. They didn't have to be even run based. You could ask anything you wanted to the next guest. Like um, one of my guests, I'm not going to say the name, he'll know who it is. He asked about hammer and if it gave you the runs. So, stuff like that. Funny things, there's a lot of technicalities in running and, how to run, what to eat, how to do proper nutrition. And I really wanted the questions to be fun, and I think they were for the most part. Some technical, some not technical, some not even running based. So it was fun to have that, but I think it's time to kind of put on the sidelines and do something different. So as of season 3, I am going to figure out what I want to do as far as doing a segment. Um, Maybe have a today in running history, kind of like what my good friend Hillary does. Try to have, or in this month, uh, like every month that I do a podcast, maybe have something. I technically am trying to do 2 podcasts per month because it's kind of hard to do 4 podcasts, one each week. It's not impossible, but it takes a lot of my time, and this is a hobby, not a job or a full-time job for me. So I have to definitely give it a certain time, and then the rest for work, and then the rest for family. So definitely, I want to make sure that I'm giving enough time for it, but not all my time, because it's not my main thing, right? It's a hobby. It's a my passion project, something that I enjoy doing to talk to friends and find out their running journeys and whatnot. But other than that, I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else that I need to talk to about. Um, I am recording episode 36, I think. Did I say this was episode 35? Oh no, this is, yeah, if I said this was episode 34, which it is, because I'm looking right now at my episodes, episode 35 is going to be recorded soon. I will not tell you who it is. It's an awesome episode. I think a lot of people will love it. The person that I'm gonna interview is a very motivating person. He does a lot of cool things to motivate people to run, no matter if you're the slowest one, a walker, a runner, a jogger, a sprinter. He has a company, which is all I'm going to give, because if I talk more, then you'll know who it is. He has a company that helps people motivate themselves when they're in their race, to find that extra energy that they need to be able to, you know, continue and fighting for that finish line. But I think that's it, guys. I do appreciate whoever stayed all the way to the end. Solo episodes are not my favorite because I think it's just like kind of like a rant, which that's how I feel this went, a rant. But I think it was important for me to do this before the actual bulk of the season started, to explain to you guys what happened, why didn't I start the podcast. But I'm here. I'm gonna stop saying we, because again, my daughter doesn't like it. So I'm back. Hopefully there's gonna be a lot of episodes that come out of this. I'm still gonna take December off, like always, once December hits, because that's my mental journey, where I can take a little bit of time off from social media as much as I can to enjoy family time for the holidays and whatnot. And hopefully, January 1st episode, whatever episode we're at, and season 4 can come out and we can continue this running journey together. But again, I don't want to take too much of y'all's time. Whoever's still watching, probably my mom and my wife probably are watching. Maybe Dane, because he's a good friend of mine, and even though he does not run, he probably will watch it because he's that much of a badass. Maybe my brother, family members are probably going to watch the whole thing. But other than that, I don't expect a lot of people to make it all the way to the end. But if you did, congratulations. We're done. This is it. Y'all have a great day. Continue running, continue looking for your purpose, your why, on why you do things. If it's running, if it's walking, if it's jogging, if it's cycling, if it's swimming, whatever activity helps you be healthy, continue doing that and continue promoting a healthier lifestyle, which is, as my motto would say, I'm Rob on the Run podcast, a podcast for all healthy lifestyles. I'm not going to say that anymore. I think everyone knows that, but it is for all healthy lifestyles. And I hope I get to see you guys on the next episode, and I'm sure you're gonna enjoy the new episode that comes out soon when after I record it. So again, you guys have a great day, great night, great afternoon, great morning whenever you watch this, and thank you for sticking around. On this passion project that I only thought a couple people will see, but I definitely have had a plethora of people reaching out and telling me that they enjoy watching this. Again, if you guys have an idea on what I can do instead of the questions, feel free to DM me, email me, or leave a comment. Please leave a comment below and letting me know what you think I should do. Thank you very much. You guys have a great night, great morning, whatever it is in your neck of the woods. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.